What's going on, all you fantastic people? I'm Matt.
And I'm Vanessa.
And today we're going to be taking a look at Mile 22, which stars Mark Wahlberg, Iko Uwais, Lauren Cohan, John Malkovich, and Ronda Rousey. An American operative must work with his elite tactical squad to move an asset, you guessed it, 22 miles for extraction before the asset's sensitive information falls into the wrong hands or time runs out. And this movie is directed by Peter Berg, who brought us such films as Lone Survivor, Patriots Day, and Deepwater Horizon. But unlike those movies, this one is getting torn to shreds by the critics and the movie-going audience alike. Is it that bad, though? Yes and no. Starting with what works in this movie, it is an interesting premise. It's one that's not entirely original, but I felt like they approached it in a somewhat unique way in this movie. And then the cast does a pretty good job as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting enough story for an action movie.
Yeah, it is. Cast does a good job. I know a lot of people are complaining about Marky Mark's character. He is a bit over the top at times. He can be a jerk, but it didn't really bother me. I kept reading how he was so annoying and people hated his character. It didn't bother me that much, and actually I thought that Mark Wahlberg did a good job portraying his character.
I completely agree. I was prepared based on all the reviews. I was prepared to pretty much hate his character.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, I don't hate you. I don't like you very much, but I don't hate you.
Yeah, he is a bit extreme at times, but there is also a lot of witty banter, some back and forth, some snarky comments. I mean, I feel like I've seen Mark Wahlberg portray a similar character before. Maybe not to this degree, but he does it well.
Yeah.
Iko Uwais, I was excited to see him. I know you were excited to see him.
I was very excited to see him again.
And he was awesome.
And, I'm kind of glad that he's coming into this big, the mainstream market.
Yeah, and I hope the fact that this movie is tanking doesn't deter him from being in more American films, modern films. Because he is awesome, but I had a feeling that he would be going into this film based off of what I've seen from him in not only the Raid films, but Headshot, which came out a few years ago. Yeah. The guy is just an incredible martial artist. But more on him here in a second, because it's the action that really starts to detract from this movie.
Yes.
That's where we start getting into the negatives.
Yes.
Because I don't know what exactly Peter Berg was thinking here. But somebody told him it was a good idea to bring back shaky cam.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
It really isn't.
I don't know, because, Deepwater Horizon wasn't, like, a fighting action movie.
No.
Patriots Day was a similar thing where it wasn't really, like, hand-to-hand, like, man-to-man combat.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe...
And Lone Survivor is a lot of action, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a lot
of shaky cam.
And a lot of close-up on hand-to-hand combat. And you have Iko Uwais. He is one of the best martial artists we've seen on screen. He choreographs. He does it all. And he was completely underutilized. And even if he was properly utilized, we probably wouldn't be able to see what was going on because there's so much shaky cam, so many close-ups. At one point, I'm like, I don't know who is who in this scene.
And that's bad.
It's bad.
You can't have that, because this movie relies on a lot of action, and I felt like most of the action, or at least half the action, is unwatchable. It's absolutely unwatchable, and part of me also feels like Iko Uwais was almost wasted in this movie. There are some good scenes with him, and you can see like what he's doing, but a lot of it is just cut, shake, 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 shake. And it's bad. And also, I thought that there were some weird editing choices made in this movie. For example, you could have one character talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden it cuts away to another character who has nothing to do with the dialogue or the scene, and it just feels kind of strange, kind of odd.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't understand it at all.
I don't get that. But yeah, this movie overall, it just feels choppy. Mm-hmm. I don't know, just poorly edited, poorly put together, maybe unfinished, or perhaps there's just a bunch that was left on the cutting room floor, because it is only an hour and a half, and it does, fortunately, it does feel like it flies by, because once again, it is engaging, but it just is so messy.
Yeah, it's messy.
It
You feel like there's more to it. You're just like, what else could it be? But as long as it's not more shaky cam, I may want to see.
Yeah, but I felt like this movie could have been something else, something completely different, something much better. It's just you can't sell unwatchable action or an unfinished film, and I don't know. Peter Berg is a better director than this, and the cast and crew probably deserved a better movie, and we as the audience definitely deserved a better film to sit through.
Absolutely.
But it's not completely terrible. This is like right down the middle of the road. I honestly don't know how much I'm going to remember this movie. I'm gonna give it a C minus.
Okay.
Like right there, right in the middle.
I cannot recommend this movie, or at least I can't say that I recommend this
No.
movie. But at the same time, I am not completely disappointed that I went and watched it. So for those reasons, I'm giving it a C.
Yeah, and I don't think it's as bad as people are saying, or at least not as bad as like Rotten Tomatoes would make it out to be. But it isn't. It also isn't good.
No, and I feel like we're in the middle of the road, and a lot of the reviews that we've seen have been polar opposites. People either love it for the action and the gore, and then you have people who absolutely hate it because
Because it's
story
unwatchable.
lags, it's, the editing choices and all that, and there's just like, we're right here in the middle.
Yeah, there are some good parts, but I can't recommend it either. I would wait, Netflix, whatever it is that you do. But I wouldn't pay money to go see it. So, yes. But if you have seen Mile 22, let us know what you thought about it down below in the comments. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to see more of our awesome movie reviews, hit the subscribe button. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we will see you fantastic people next time.